Hello, welcome. So nowadays we are seeing everywhere DeepSeek is gaining more popular than other AI models, right? So as part of this video, we are going to see how to install DeepSeek model locally and how we are going to integrate this with our Spring AI. So these are the steps we are going to see it. To install DeepSeek AI models into locally, so we are going to use Ollama. Once the installation is done, the models locally, so then we are going to connect with our Spring AI application and we are going to fire some of the queries, then we are going to see the response. So for this, we are going to use these are the steps. First one is we have to install Ollama locally and then download DeepSeek model, whichever you are interested, and then create Spring AI project and then finally integrate DeepSeek with Spring AI. So these are the steps we are going to see it. So the first step is we have to install DeepSeek. First step we have to install the Ollama. So this is the Ollama. Before going to Ollama installation, we are going to see what's the DeepSeek, how the URL looks like. And in case if you don't have model, so how we are going to fire the queries in the web. So if you see this is the DeepSeek URL, official URL, so we can able to see it. So we can see over here two things, start now and get DeepSeek app. The first one is we can able to use the web model website, so we are going to fire some queries and we'll be getting the response back. So and the second one is just to download the app. But now let me show you some of the things how it will work. So this is the way you will be getting the DeepSeek chat model, and here you can ask the question, so we will be getting the response back. So this is one of the way, directly from the web you can ask questions and then it will give the response. Let me ask a simple question: what is the capital of India? So we're asking the question, it's giving the response back. Now, say for instance, if you want to integrate the same model with your Spring AI, so how we are going to handle this one? So that we are going to see it. So this you can ask questions and say for instance, you want a similar question, what is the use of Java? So it will look for the answer and it will give back it. So it's trying to give some of the answers. It's saying web model, web mobile development, enterprise application. So most of the things it is trying to give it back to us. So now what we are going to do, so to download or to install this model, we are going to use first step is Ollama. So first, in case if you don't have Ollama installed in your machine, so you can need to download the Ollama from this URL. You can able to find this URL in the video description. So we can see the three different operating systems we can able to use it. So Windows, Mac, Linux. Now we are going to use Windows. So you can click this link and you will be getting the Ollama into your machine. So once it is done, the installation is very easy. You can able to find the steps also in the video description. You can install it. Okay, but in my machine it's already installed. So once the installation is done, so how we are going to verify the Ollama installation version? Once the installation is done, you can verify the Ollama installed version. So in my case, the installed version where I'm making the video is 0.5.7. So this is the first step, install the Ollama in your machine. And the second step is we need to download the models. Before downloading the models, if you want to see what models are available in your machine, so you can type it over here. If you see here, so in my machine there is only one model is available, it's Llama 3.2, but it's not available any model it's related to DeepSeek. To download that model, what I'm going to do, I'm going to see what are the models are available and what is their versions. So again come back to ollama.com, go to models, and then you can see here, in case if you're not able to see here DeepSeek, you can type over here DeepSeek. So you will be getting here a DeepSeek model. So let me click over here, so DeepSeek, and you can see here there is a lot of models are available. You can see over here 1.5b, 7b, heavy parameters it will take, but the size is important when you are running locally. You could see here the first one is 1.1 gigabytes and second one is 4.7 gigabytes. So I am going to use the second one, but it will take time. The second one, to download it. So how to download? It's very easy. If you see here, you can select whichever model you are interested, and the corresponding run or download command it will take. So I'm going to use the simple one, make it simple, 7b, and you can copy this command, come back to your Windows command and paste it over here. So let me copy it again. So Ollama run DeepSeek model name you can give over here. So first it will do, when you are pressing the enter, it will try to look for the model in your current machine. In case if it is not there, it will download it, but it will take time. So let me press enter, then it is looking for it, it's not there, so it's trying to download from the machine, but the size is here 4.7 MB, 4.7 GB. It will take a time. I'm just going to pause the video. Yeah, so now we can see the installation is completed successfully. So now we can able to use this model, right? So how we are going to use it? So we are going to test this model. So let me ask a question, simple question. So who are you? This is a simple question I'm asking. So we can see it is trying to give the response. First it will think, and then finally it will give the response. So now it's saying that a DeepSeek R1A assistant created by DeepSeek. So it is trying to give the response. Let me ask a question. What is the capital of India? So simple question. So first it's think in the sense it will try to answer, analyze itself the question, what is the question, and then once the question is clearly clarified from itself, then finally it will complete the thinking part. So then it will go for answer. So this is the think part. After that, finally it will try to give the answers. It's saying the capital of India is New Delhi. It's an artificial seat of power, both president and prime minister of India. So it is trying to give some answer, right? So that means the model is working in your locally. So the model is working locally, and say for instance if you want to see how many models available in your machine, so let me open another window and Ollama ls. So if you see here, right, so in my current machine I can see two models. One is a DeepSeek R1 and Llama 3.2. So these are the two models are available, and my model is currently running. If you want to stop the models running, you can press Ctrl C. To run the model, first you can see the, so Ollama ls. So we can see these are the models are available. If you want to rerun it again you can go back to the command. So you can copy this one and you can run it. So but in this case we have already model is available, so it will not download. So directly it will ask you to enter the message. So you can say hi, so then it will give the response back. So that means now currently in your local, so this model is running and it's working. So the next part is, so we have to create a simple Spring Boot application with necessary dependencies, then we are going to use it. So let me go to, so before creating a Spring Boot application, let me show you the Spring AI documentation which is required to understand some of the basic concept. If you see, right, so you can able to find this Spring AI documentation in the video description below. So now we are in Spring AI module. Especially if you come back over here, the Spring AI having different modules, and let me come down here. So which are the models it's going to support? You can click on the here over here, AI models provider. So we can see the different models which is going to support, like a chat model, embedding models, image, audio, vector, and there are different models. Right now we are going to check with an example of chat model, and inside that chat model we are going to deal with Ollama. So Ollama is a software which can be useful to run any model locally, and you can use your Spring AI application which can connect to the local model which is running with the help of Ollama. So that's the reason we are using Ollama to run the DeepSeek model in your local machine. After that you can create a Spring AI application which will connect to your Ollama and which is running the DeepSeek models. Then you can able to access it and you can able to fire the request and you will be getting the response back. Okay, so that's about the Ollama, which is used to run a models locally and which can able to get the response back. Okay, so now let me create a simple Spring Boot application. Let me create com.test. I'm going to give the name as Spring A DeepSeek. So this is the artifact name I'm going to give. I'm going to give the package name as com.test. That's enough. So I'm going to use Java and 3.4.2 as a Spring Boot version, and Java I'm going to use 23. So next, come back to the dependencies. So we need one dependency. The first one is web. So because we are going to create a simple REST application exposing an API, so that's the reason we need a Spring Web. So the next one is we are going to use Ollama to run the models locally. So I'm adding next dependency is Ollama. These two dependencies are enough. Spring Web to create RESTful services, Ollama to run the models locally. So once this is done, and you can able to generate the application. Okay, let's come back over here. So this is the application which got generated. Now let me expand here. Now you can import this application into your Eclipse. So now I'm going to import. So import, you can click and then you can come back here Maven. So we are using Maven application. So select existing Maven and then paste the location and then press enter. So that means we can able to create now simple Spring Boot application with the necessary dependencies. Spring AI DeepSeek. So let me show you the dependencies quickly. Spring Web and Ollama dependencies. So these are the two dependencies we have added. Spring Web and Ollama dependencies. So these are the two dependencies are enough to create the application. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a simple REST client or REST service. DeepSeek client. So DeepSeek client, I'm going to create it. So inside that I'm going to mark this as a REST controller. So basically this is the client or controller which I'm going to use it to make a call to the LLM models which is running locally of DeepSeek. So let me create a simple API. So basically this is the API I'm going to use it. I'm going to mark this one as a get mapping. And this will return a string object. So now what is the implementation? What implementation we have to give it over here? So to give the implementation, you can just go back to the Spring documentation. So if you see here, we are in chat model and we are into Ollama. Then you can come down over here. So this is the simple call which you can use it to make a call to the models which is running locally. Okay, now import this one as a response, and options also you can take it, and prompt. So these are the things you can import it. So here the model, so which model we are using it. So let's come back to the let me open to the Windows. So what are the models we are using? LS. So this is the model we are using it. If you zoom it, so you can see this is the model we are using it. So copy this one and come back over here and replace this one with model name which we are using it. And now the last one is chat model. So you can import chat model and auto wire it. So because chat model we need it to create or to send the prompt request corresponding model details and which will give the response back. Okay, now we have chat model is ready and which is giving the response back. So finally we have to give the response back to the caller. Get results, and from the results you can take output, from that you can take text. So which means it will, we are taking from the results from the output, and that we are taking from the as a string as a response. So this is the way your controller or REST controller will work, and which will interact with the model which is running currently in your local machine, and which will get the response back. And another thing is, right now the prompt is hard coded over here, the request message. So I'm going to take this one from the user request param message. So basically I don't want to hard code the message here. I want to take from the user and I want to pass to prompt, and then I want to connect to my model and I want to get the response back. So now the REST controller is ready. Now let me run it application and we are going to see it. I'm going to run the application. Now you can see the Spring Boot application started and port number is 8080. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open a browser and which will 8080 data colon message. So what message I'm going to give, let me ask the same question, who are you? So basically I'm trying to ask a simple question, who are you? Yes, so we can see finally we got the response back. When I ask the question called who are you, it's saying that greetings, I'm DeepSeek R1 artificial intelligence created by DeepSeek. So it's giving the some response back. So now let me ask another simple question. What is the capital of India? So I'm asking another question. What's the capital of India? So let's see what response it will give back. So it's giving the capital of India is New Delhi. So let me ask another for country. What is the capital of US? So basically we are trying to check our REST service with some of the random questions we are passing. So it's giving the response. The capital of US is Washington DC. This is the way we can able to connect the models which is running locally in Ollama, and we can able to verify the testing process. I think it's all about this video. So this is the way we can able to integrate Spring AI application with the DeepSeek model which is running locally with the help of Ollama. Okay, so I think that's all about this video. If you like the video, you can subscribe the channel for more subsequent updates, and thank you so much.